What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, and I'm going to show you 5 of my favorite Led Zeppelin riffs, but also they're all in the same key, same DNA, same essence. They're all in the key of E with that bluesy element, so they all have kind of this similar vocabulary. So I think if I show them to you, the 5 in a row, you can actually see their commonalities a bit, and I think you can get a little some more insight besides just learning how to play the riff. Also, at the YouTube channel here, Marty Music, I've got full tutorials for these songs that you can get deeper into each of the songs if you like, but this is more about seeing that certain vocabulary that makes up some of the best riffs from one of the best bands of all time. I think you will dig it. Also, check out the links below for my website, martymusic.com. Tons of amazing bonuses there. A lot of free resources as well to help you get better at guitar. All right, here we go. All right, in no particular order, number 5, Bring It On Home. Check it out. All right, so the main riff of Bring It On Home, I think of it as the E minor pentatonic, that open E. But something that's in the next riff as well is thinking of it as the E minor pentatonic. But adding the major third, so the G sharp, the first fret of the G string, with that A note. Which just gives it a different bluesy flair and outlines an E7 chord a bit more. So adding that major third just has this other cool kind of alternate bluesy sound. So I'm doing the hammer-ons on the A and the D, open E, and then sliding from the second fret G up a whole step, but then having my index finger be planted on that first fret G. And then another cool thing about that song that's super bluesy, but it does not sound like a blues song, is this that little blues language there, but he does it as a really cool verse groove. So that's 4 on the G, 3rd on the B, and then 2nd fret G and A, the G and B, and then the E. And so you'd get that in a blues, like, you know. All right, next on the list is Nobody's Fault But Mine. Check this one out. All right, the next one, Nobody's Fault But Mine, is in the exact same language, same vocabulary as Bring It On Home. It's the E minor pentatonic scale with the extension as well. So 3 up to 5 on the B string, 2 up to 4 on the G string. And you can get the open high E just like in. And when you slide up, the second to the fourth fret on the G string, you can let the B ring out. And in this one, he's using the open G, but then also the technique from Bring It On Home, that first fret G string. And he does both of those in Nobody's Fault But Mine, that opening riff. So that's all minor pentatonic, the open G. So that on the B, but then open G. So that's all still just straight E minor pentatonic. After that, the little end phrase is when he switches to the major third of E, that G sharp, first fret G string. Up until that last part, it's the open G. Cuckoo. So you've got these, the E minor pentatonic with the extensions. Classic little blues concept is all right. The next one uses a little bit of that Lord of the Rings mythology in the lyrics and the title of the song, Misty Mountain Hop. Let's rock. All right, this next riff is just the straight E minor pentatonic. It's a really easy and fun riff to play, Misty Mountain Hop. Some different ways to play it, because you've got the 5-3-0, which could also be the open A instead of the 5 on the E. I'm going to show you the easiest way to play it right now. But it could also be. So I'm doing 5-3-0 on the E string. Then I'm going to the E octave. So I'm going to hit that 7th fret A string. That's the easiest way. So open E, then the octave. But then right before it starts over, you hit the open low E again. Really cool little 2-finger moves there in A. But I have a full tutorial on this on YouTube, so you can go check that out if you want to get deeper into learning the song. A little kind of just extended lesson off of that riff is looking at this ultimate E blues run is what I call it. I just named it that. So it gets you from the open E minor pentatonic scale up to the octave first position E minor. The ultimate E blues run. You can look that up. I have that, multiple lessons on that on the Marty Music YouTube channel as well. All right, next on the list, we all go through them. Good times and bad times. This one fits a little farther out from the blues language and a little more into what I call the Mixolydian scale. So check this one out. All right, this next one, Good Times, Bad Times, is one of my all-time favorite Led Zeppelin riffs. And it uses more than the E minor pentatonic scale. Maybe that little extra bit makes it more interesting to my ear. It's a little less bluesy. In the So what's going on there is that's kind of more of an E Mixolydian. Now, E Mixolydian and E blues, they're very close, very related to each other. In fact, these other riffs, when I was playing that major third, or that major third's a big part of E Mixolydian. But E blues and E Mixolydian, they go together very well. Like an E Mixolydian kind of progression would be E to D, both major. So that sound is an E major and a D major chord. And also in E Mixolydian, you would have a C sharp minor chord. And so that's kind of what you're hearing, but more riff form, a little bit of an arpeggio, E power chord, and then a D power chord, so that's really kind of outlining that Mixolydian sound. Then that's a D major arpeggio, the three notes of a D major. And so that's fifth on the A, 4 on the D, 7 on the D. But then it goes to that C sharp note. And then just chromatically back up to the root, which is just a very common leading tone, passing tone. Yeah, leading tone could be the term. So a little more Mixolydian than blues. With the power chord shape. And finally, Whole Lotta Love. No Led Zeppelin riff best of list is ever going to be complete without Whole Lotta Love on there. There's some really cool blues elements in there. I call them nudgy bends, a little bit of dissonance, and very, very bluesy, including the lyrics kind of being borrowed from classic blues lyrics as well. So let's get into it. Here we go. All right, finally, you can't really do Zeppelin in E without Whole Lotta Love. And this is, I'm thinking, very bluesy again. Blues scale, E minor pentatonic. Also, once again, you could think of it as that ultimate E extended scale. we're in this great little box right here for E, which is 5/7 on the E, 5/7 on the A, 5/7 on the D. So much you can milk out of just this little box right here. I mean, you've got the Hendrix chord. And I call it nudgy bends, but it's a blues sound when you kind of do a micro bend on some of the parts of the pentatonic. So if we're playing the 7th fret E to the 5th fret A, and then finally to that root, which is 7A, that's fine. And if you look at a tablature, that's pretty much what it would say, or the chord, but in that little box. But there's a little nudge. You're not bending at a half step. It's before a half step. So that's a D note, but we're pushing it a little sharp. But what's really great about the song, and I'm pretty sure there's more than one guitar being recorded during this part, but so in other words, I don't think both guitars are doing the exact same thing. One could just be doing the normal, but there's definitely an open D string in there that does not bend. So if you bend this note a little out of tune, but play the natural D with it, it gives us this little bit of dissonance that gives you that, dirty, raunchy kind of feel, as opposed to just a little bend, and you're adding a dissonant that feels good. It feels kind of naughty, though. There it was, 5 classic Led Zeppelin riffs, all in the key of E, using the similar language commonality, if you will. I hope you got something from that. Thanks for supporting Marty Music. Don't forget about the free bonuses in the link below, and I hope to see you again real soon. Take care.